The buck stops on the table of any incumbent president, commander-in-chief. The ambassadors are appointed, function, operate, and report and act on the behalf of the incumbent president. So he reserves the right to determine the duty posts. And based on his understanding of national interests, national challenges, and development trajectory that he wants us to pursue. So in the real sense of it, we cannot discuss, interrogate, or say we are not comfortable with where he has directed that these men and women be posted.
No, I quite disagree with you, sir.
It is
that we
cannot discuss it.
Mr. Fagbemi, I quite disagree because we've just discussed the timing of his appointments. You can also very well say that it's at his pleasure. I mean, we can analyze it. We can talk about whether or not it's part of conversations, public opinion, and even, in fact, suggestions or recommendations given. The back page of This Day newspaper, for instance, today, has an article where some people even feel there's nepotism in the postings of this ambassador. So Nigerians are concerned, and I think it's fair for us to be able to discuss these matters, except you don't want to discuss it.
No. It's a question of the buck stops with him when he decides that this man goes to this post, that one goes to that post. It is a reflection of his personality, it's a reflection of his character, it's a reflection of his understanding of the national agenda and national interests. That said, it is now for us to now ask our questions. Does his personal interest actually translate to national interest? And will these people be able to cope with the dynamics of the postings that they have been assigned? You actually mentioned the United Nations. The United Nations is a portfolio and a platform where you require somebody who is able to read and follow through a number of instruments and must be willing to participate in engaging with different structures and strata of diplomatic practice, nuances, and relationships. Now, when you go appoint a businessman who before now hitherto is renowned for undertaking of interest in the economic sector, and a number of the businesses that he has gotten involved into ended up winding up. Now, you ask yourself, will this man, even though he has the paper qualifications that we all know he has, will he be able to deliver? However, if the incumbent president is saying to us, he wants this man to function in this particular portfolio, it is a reflection of his person, it is a reflection of what kind of trajectory he is interested in bringing to bear. When you now put it back and say, again, let us take a look at the deployment of somebody like a certain Lieutenant General Dambuzo, PhD, who has been assigned to China. When you assign somebody like that who has a background in military and you have this kind of opportunities, you need us to start asking the questions. Are we going to take advantage of this in such a manner that it will reflect in our national security and defense management system? Are we going to be doing procurement? I'm mindful of the kind of procurement that we have done hitherto. Are they going to reflect in that which will service our operability, interoperability, and the assets management of the military hardwares and softwares that we are using and deploying on the Nigerian territory? Now, those are the real issues. But the point I was trying to make originally is that the president has done his job. He has told us this is who I am and this is what I want to achieve by deploying these people to the positions that they have been deployed. Albeit it, when you start asking what is the national interest implication and not the regime interest implication and not the personal interest implication for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Those are the issues. As it is now, he has shown us clearly and displayed the picture for us to see that these are the people that I really want to use, and this is where I think they can function. You were trying to bring up the dichotomy between career and non-career diplomats. And when you start discussing this, you will have to ask yourself, when you take a look at the CVs of all these individuals, you will realize that a number of them have never really been made to carve a niche for themselves, even the career ones, in specific areas. Normally, you have region-specific individuals. You recall on February 10 on this set, I did call attention to the fact that ideally, to come out of this quagmire that we found ourselves, there are some people that are experts concerning some regions. Those are the ones that should quickly be deployed to help us mitigate and manage the transition of having these ambassadors designate go through.
So, I mean, we can talk all we want, but a lot of people have opined and that the appointments have just been job for the men, job for the women. You know, people that they think they owe political favor, they give them